Alright, so welcome to another weekly update. Today is the 5th of October, and I'm gonna go through what happened last week, what my current positions are, what I'm doing to get ready for next week, some ending thoughts, and if you have any questions, you can ask them in comments below, and this video is delayed by 1 month. So let's see what happened from Monday, or maybe perhaps Sunday. Okay. So, Monday. Fully invested, hold portfolio gapping up, as well as overall market. We'll see if it holds or fades. CRML stopped out again. Yeah, so let's see. It's been whipping me around. So I looked at this one and NB as a pair, and I found them in here. And I thought that CRML looked even better, volume wise and ADR wise, and how clean the trend was. So I skipped NB and I focused on CRML, but I finally got stopped out here again, and I got stopped out on this day. I might, it might be later that day, we'll see. I'll now keep the size for day trades and mostly importantly RGTI in 1 to 2 days. Okay, some day trade. Yeah, something that gapped down 90%, similar to Neon, which I had a nice trade in. But I finally got stopped out while I was at the gym. And yeah, it's funny, I have so much anxiety when I'm in a day trade, could almost not focus at the gym, so again, is it even worth it? Fully swing invested is walking on clouds. Yeah, so he's comparing these two, sitting in with a nice portfolio that you have your stop losses and you have your raise stops, but they're looking good, they're looking as strong or stronger than the market, and you're walking on clouds, while you take a day trade which you expect to hold for a few hours, but you still have to leave it. You put your stop and then you leave it. But while I was at the gym, I was just feeling so anxious about the trading in case the gap down or whatever could happen, Okay, some Swedish name. Yeah. Added fun idea on EVLV. If it plays out, watch out mid to late November. Just looks like something that's going to be a future leader, perhaps. I was thinking that if it was going to come up here and then fade and then rip and become a new leader next spring. But this is just me drawing in the stars, but I was just thinking that could be interesting. Different gold sector index / ETF are getting close to extended, so hopefully my gold stocks break out and I can add new raise stops. Yeah, all the gold names or the indexes have a few. You can see gold itself is getting perhaps not parabolic extended, but it's getting up there with all these green weeks in a row. So perhaps 2-3 days of explosive action here as a final for this move for a bit. But yeah, you can see all the gold index. Wow, they are so green. They are straight up. So if you look on the weekly, they look extended, but if you look on the daily trend, I mean, it's still kind of fine, still holding this, but we're at an area in most of these names that you would expect some sort of an extended move here to a longer consolidation above this line here. So we'll see about that. Triggers new test. Okay, yeah. So I now have my triggers on the daily. Oh, okay. And then I write what I'm thinking of the triggers as I get them. So was there anything here I liked? Yeah, I didn't like this gap up because it was too fast on news, so it didn't fit my entry. But I thought to myself that it's likely gonna come back and create a tight range, which it is sort of doing here now. And I don't think I'll have cash available on Monday, but sometime mid next week I'll have more cash to enter the market with. And this could be one of the trades. I could try this entry a few times, but we'll see if... yeah, we'll see. Not my setup. Likely too soon was alright, and also I'm not really sure about this one this time around. I mean, it did something nice here, but there are better, faster names, I think. But we'll see. Okay, not ideal on range. Yeah, been wanting to buy this one for a bit. I took my first entry in here and got stopped out and never looked back. Now it's up 400%, but I haven't really seen a range. It's just in a steady uptrend. I don't see RGTI going for another 1 to 2 days. Okay, and this was Monday. Yeah, so I missed the first entry, but I was thinking of buying this little pullback here on Monday, Tuesday. Okay, 1 to 2 days. And I was right about this because it did take from Monday 1 to 2 days, and then it went on the third here. But again, I missed it. I don't think I had cash available, but this would have been an okay entry here, 3%. Already up 10R. And this one is up. Oh my god, 86R. Can't believe I missed it. Okay. And then on Tuesday, I was trying this Swedish stock. Let's see how it looks like. Wait. This one. Oh, it finally went. Okay, nice. But it stopped out once more before going. Could trail this one as well. Okay. Oh, yeah, did a nice move. Good for that guy. Market consolidating for now, not much going on, so names up, some down, but no holy shit. So right now my names are bullishly consolidating, but it can change. More clarity at end of week to beginning of next week. And then at the market close, they ended quite bullish towards the end. Good to see. Triggers, SupX for sure is a buy. We'll see if Onco stops out, and then if I should just focus on RGTI. Yeah, okay, so I kind of bought this one instead of RGTI. And let's see what happens next week. According to Twitter, it's a super scammy China name. But as we've seen with QMMM, China names can they can move 10,000% from your entry. Not saying it's going to do the same, but hopefully, I mean, the worst scenario is that it gaps down and just halts and then delists and then you're fucked. But I mean, if it sets up and it triggers your setup, then I mean, attack it. If you get stopped out, then that's it. No more than that. Sats, don't understand the setup. Yeah, okay. Small Swedish name, low volume. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about both Onco and small, or yeah, later this week. I have some thoughts. Raise stop, got stopped out, blah blah blah. Okay, SupX. Yeah, I took one quick 1.5R and added order back, lower to buy back. I got filled again with more size, so it was pretty much a free trade because I already was up 1.2R. And with the added size, I was pretty much risking 1.2R, so it's a break-even trade if it stops me out at my stop area. And yeah, decent day in portfolio. I read some expos how SupX is a total China scam, and I got a bit afraid, but who cares as long as it doesn't gap down 90%. Yes. Also, remember why you want to buy a stock. It's in a stage 2. Buying random flags will give random results, and would you stop out 4 times in something that's not in a stage 2? I mean, maybe. Just look at Onco, for example, now, Swedish stock. But I'm dabbling back and forth if I should even touch the Swedish names or if I should only focus on the US markets, because this is not really a stage 2. If you zoom in here to this trend, then yeah, it's in a stage 2. Really nice volume here. Quite insane. Will be fun to see how this plays out. I mean, now I faded it. Took 1 or 2 stops, I don't remember. But it could for sure Could for sure go up here to the 12 area. That's more than a double. Been doing small chores at home, but haven't worked out. Blah blah blah. Yeah, but if I'm not doing my daily exercise or my daily workout routine, I usually hit the gym in the afternoon or at the evening, at like lunchtime in the US markets. But if I don't do anything prior to that, I usually feel kind of lost and dizzy when I'm staring at the charts. So, okay. I faded this one just because of the dollar volume. Yeah. I'm gonna focus on big volume. Thursday. No actions today. We'll mention triggers here instead. Okay, so all these triggers. I'm not sure if how I'm gonna do this in the videos. This is mostly for myself, but I'll go through them quickly, I guess. 6 AI added this alarm today, not really on my setup, but lowest week high in double bottom at perfect area. Don't think it's any stress yet, but something's boiling, yeah. So I've been watching this for a long time, long time. And it finally cut the lows of this line, created a little W bottom, and it closed the week above the 10 week at the right area, because if this one is going to go lower, then it would not claim this moving average and it would just fade lower. So now it has the opportunity to, I don't know, go to 2.5 maybe for starters. Then we'll see how it looks. Okay. USAR, it's higher for sure, but I don't see anything. Lumen, don't know why I have alarmed this one. Slower, lagger, not stage 2. Yeah. This train, nice volume though. Okay, fuck those. Other than that, I thought it would be a red day, but portfolio is up quite nice at the end. It will be fun to see how tomorrow ends. Had a lot of stress / anxiety today because a lot of things, or mostly like FOMO, because a lot of things were moving, like I already said. So I'm looking forward to the weekend to get a hold on what's going on. I didn't buy back the trigger. It roared back on some news today, hitting new highs, so I can only really wait for a tight 4-hour candle and risk off of it. But then again, I'm fully invested, so I can't really act on it. So yeah, CRML has been doing a good job with shaking me out, and then it ripped back. But yeah, we'll see what happens if it gives you one inside week or if you can buy some sort of pullback here. But the volume came back for sure, now hitting 270 mil. Everything green in pre-market, another gap up fade, question mark. Anyhow, it doesn't really matter to me. I just gotta watch SubX closely so nothing weird is going on in my scam stock. Other than that, I think I gotta be ready for RGTI tomorrow or Monday. This was Thursday. What does that mean? Okay, so it went on Thursday. But fully invested, I said here. Man, so annoying. But my entry was on at latest on Wednesday evening, because I would risk off of this candle, and on Thursday it never hit it. But then again, fully invested, so I could not even buy it if I wanted to. And I think I'm gonna talk about this because I've been struggling with yeah, we'll see. GSAT got an alarm, but I see I missed the entry 2 days ago. It's still in range, but could very well be a 20-year breakout. Yeah, for sure. So this was my entry here, 2.2%. And now the question is this one gonna go into a stage 2, or is it just gonna continue to be range bound? So actually something like this is better to buy something above, above the $50 area on this one. Otherwise, portfolio quite red, getting teeny tiny bit of FOMO because there's a lot of things moving, but those are entries I missed or just random range pumps. BBBY trigger area today, but is it gonna meme pump like before? Better to buy open in 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, so BBBY, which was one of those names that was the meme of the cycle in 2020 when it did okay 4,700%, but your entries was likely here or here, so it did 450% from those entries, and it was trading not billions but hundreds of millions, and they had the ADR. But I said that I should probably focus on open, which is looking like it's this cycle meme play, and it's at the area where I want to buy it because I missed it here. I bought NIO instead, I think, here, which was also okay, but now I realized that this was not a pump and dump day trade. I mean, it's trading. Look at this volume: 22 billion, average of 6 billion weekly, and almost 20% ADR. So I must get into this one. So I hope this one gives me at least 3 more days, and I'll have some more capital to buy this one. Yeah, open getting juicy. And that evening I said changing risk, updating risk from 0.4% to 0.35%. This with the thought of RGTI, which provided a 1.65% risk. With 0.4%, this would have resulted in a over max size position, which I have here. 20% max size is my rule for position sizing. And like I said, RGTI would have given me a 1.5%, 65% risk. So I'd lower to 0.35 to be able to fill even those positions. And then I looked at NB even, which provided for me 1.55% risk. So okay, so in a few days I've seen less than 2% risk, meaning that most of the times I need to have a 0.3% risk, account risk on any trade to be able to fill those positions. So I actually wrote here that I changed my size again, but that was my thought here. Friday, no action today, but here are the triggers. VSAT looks okay. Last time I faded, it doubled. Yeah, so here I wrote laggard name. Do they work? 10R and gone. Just take a look next time. But then, wow, started trading a lot of volume, and now it's setting up again. So these type of names that used to come back straight from the bottom, and they reclaim the 200 week on insane volume, but it's not really trading the ADR I would like, but it is interesting. And question is this one in my list? No. Interesting. Kind of have to look at W for this one. Something like this. Where are we? Okay, so this one was so fast. We'll see. SLDP looks really good. I thought it lagged the market, but the first leg was one of the strongest, 700%, while some other leaders did 300 to 500%. So it just needed some more time to rest. SLDP. Yeah, it has decent volume and good range. And this first leg, of course, this was some weird gap down, but from here then, Okay, so maybe it was similar to other names, but from the lows it did 700%. So I thought it lagged, but might do something good from here, a double at least. And then I looked at IONQ, which triggered here, but then I miss RGTI again. And this is not my... This daily trigger I want to use on these bases. I'm not really interested in using them here, but you could risk this candle, but the candle is too wide, so it's likely going to give you some more action here you could risk off of, but I didn't like it. Lays also looking good, not perfect range. Is it too soon? Perhaps, we'll see. Okay, there will be an insane amount of opportunity. You feel FOMO now, but it hasn't even started yet. Do not worry. But I looked at CRML, NB, quantum names, and it hurts. It hurts so much. Another reason to lower risk for 1 to 2 more positions. I changed to 0.05 yesterday, but I will update to 0.0% risk. So here's the idea. I am fully invested. Things are moving in my favor, but my names are up anywhere between 5 to 25R, which is really nice, right? I've missed 2x 70R opportunities the last few days. One of those names would have obliterated all the other gains in portfolio. So, more positions equals more chances to nail those 100 to 200R gainers, changing size to 0.3. Yeah, so I was preparing for months to... I mean, I've been looking at this one since here, when I started, where I was dabbling in trading again, but I haven't been full-time trading since February this year. So, from here, yeah. So I basically have been waiting since here for this one to give me something, and all this time I thought it wasn't ready, and here the coming weeks or days closing up to this setup, I was like, oh, it's looking ready, it's looking ready. But then when time finally came, I was already invested in other things, and silly me, I wrote this here yesterday, which I'll mention, but I've been treating setups the same, no matter the volume, no matter the theme and so on. Or not really, but I mean, this one, 86R, and then you have NB, which I faded, and this is the late entry, but this one 1.55. Okay, so it was up 55R, now it's up 50R, so it's not really 70, but it's damn close. It's probably gonna reach 70R next week, so I don't think my whole portfolio is up even 70R. So one of these names, I mean, I could skip all of my positions, nail one of these names, and I would still be better off. So, lowering size to hopefully be able to afford that one more position to make those exponential gains. And then yesterday, reviewing this week's video upload, and I realized something. I'm looking at too much crap. I missed RGTI/IONQ, even though weeks to days prior I multiple times said, oh shit, this looks good. But now I'm looking at the video from the 7th of September, 2 days prior to RGTI breakout. And I'm looking at Curie and RGTI as the same. They're not the same. So I was going through that week's video and I was looking at Curie. So it was this week here. And I said, oh, Curie looks okay. It's a nice pattern. You can double from here and so on. But at the same time, I was fading RGTI here. RGTI, 3 billion weekly average, 6.5 ADR, end of big consolidation. Yeah, so I was saying that Sure, you're looking at Curie, but it has 20 million average weekly volume. So, gotta focus on the big names that look good. I'm making new sections in my green list. I have to sort things out with dollar volume and take that into consideration, like a high prior list and less prior list. And if I get alarm on less prior list, I must first check through the entire high prior list if anything insane is coming up. Did the scans, this is what I came up with. One scan running 1 billion plus weekly with 7% ADR and 100 million plus weekly 7% ADR. Added them all to green list and then sorted them into two separate lists. One with, yeah, you can see here. So this is what I came up with. So every week I scan through the markets and then I put all the 100 million plus here and the billion plus here. But then I have to sort through those lists and add those to two separate focus lists for this week. So let's see. What is this? Okay. Okay, so there are a lot of lists now. So I have 100 million this week, and then I have 1 billion this week, and then I have names that triggered within the billion section and things that triggered within the 100 million section. So these names on Monday could be potential buys for me, or things I have to keep a close eye on. Okay. So that was what happened last week. Now to my current positions. Let's go remove these. Same. I'm getting a bit tired of my gold names because at first I was like, yes, I nailed the gold section or section in the sector, but they have been going sideways for a few weeks, which is okay, while other names have been doing insane gains, hence why I was feeling stress and FOMO, and that it hurts not being in the big names. But we'll see if this one goes. Hecla Mining, EP Play is doing good. It's not the fastest. I mean, it's 4.5% ADR. Same here with ATRO, which is also doing okay, but I mean, it's 14R now. Also, less than 4% ADR, so I guess this was one of the first names that broke out, hence why I bought it, but this is also an interesting experiment that you don't have to nail the first setups, because waiting for one RTTI, which is up 86R in a few, 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, it's absolutely insane. While I've been holding ATRO for 2 months and it's only up 14R. Yeah, but still fine. I mean, it might gain some momentum here. USAU finally breaking out of this little range. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna raise my stops to under here. VGZ, also hoping for this one to break out next week. It's looking really good on the 10-day here. Soundhound is chopping higher. I realized in hindsight that Rich Tech was pretty much the same setup, but or not the same, was actually better. But the faster name, much faster name. 3 to 4 times as fast. Liu has been doing really good. It's up 23R as of this moment. So one of my bigger winners right now. Or I mean, Hecla is also up 20R, and VGZ is also up 20R. Metsi, yeah, we'll see if it gains momentum here. It is looking really nice. As of now, it's up 10R. And then SupX, We'll see if this one stops me out or if it does something absolutely insane. So scammy low float. Apparently everything they do is fake, but who knows? I saw the setup and I liked it and I bought it. And I mean, it could have some low float short squeeze, hundreds of percent in a few days. We'll see what happens with that one. So those are my positions ready for next week. Yeah, let's see. This week. I'm not gonna. I'll take a quick look now with my thoughts, and then I have to add the alarms later. So Brera Holdings, I got to my scanner, or it's actually called SLMT. So apparently it's some Solana crypto play that rebranded. So this is the previous chart here, but just looked at the 4 hour here and looked really nice going higher, and it has a good weekly volume here. Luna Holdings, yeah, don't think it's too early. Yeah, so for now, I'm actually, this is the sort of the less prior list because they are all 100 million plus volume. Why I'm so hesitant is because I'm thinking, is this gonna take too much time in the video? Just looking through these now, maybe. So I'll go through the bigger names, which are still a lot of names. Okay. Resolve, not really looking ready yet. Wolf Speed, not looking ready. Rich Tech. Wait, what is this? Oh, I must have mixed the lists. Wait, so here's the... What? I don't understand my own lists. Anyhow, I made some changes. I'm gonna take a closer look at what I'm looking at, but the most important change this week is that I strictly put my scanners into 1 billion plus and 100 million plus to avoid all the small names. Of course, Curie and things like that could do really well, but I'd rather buy the big money things. Ending thoughts. Crypto is roaring back. BTC just came from a weekly close below to a all-time high. That's I don't really like that actually. It's too fast because usually you want to see a week reclaim the 10 week and then slowly chop and then explode, but this one came back. So if this means we're gonna explode from here or if it's gonna be choppy sideways for a bit, I'm still thinking that we're in some type of cycle like this with the 3 uptrending ranges, and we are in this chopping stage, and that the final rip comes from a dump, but it's on a bigger version. So, but we are in no man's land. We're in the middle of this range. So either if we just pop from here and then fades and pops again, who knows? I'm just drawing in the stars. Ending thoughts. Let's see, ending thoughts. Yeah. So crypto plays perhaps coming up, and I can see that also in my $1 billion list. I had some Bitcoin name, I think. Wait, here. Which one was it? Don't see them right now here. Bitmine. Yeah, because I've been looking at this for a while, and I thought it was like a low volume play. But then I took a look at the volume. I'm like, holy shit, it's trading tens of billions of dollars weekly with a sometimes 30 ADR range. I guess the 30 ADR is because of this gap, but it's still trading really nice range. Let's look at the FDV. Nope. Okay. So Bitcoin names going first, and perhaps some small caps. I feel as this week's video update was a bit blurry, but also that's because I didn't really do much this week. I was just holding my names and then feeling FOMO looking at other things pumping. So I might end this here. Let's see, look at NASDAQ again. Don't have much ending thoughts. I pretty much went through everything that I needed to say, which is my change of risk and how I updated my scanners to prioritize more volume, and also that likely I'm getting more funding into the account this week, so I will update the account size and change the risk to 0.3%, and I'll be able to buy some new trades going into October. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Ask questions in the comments below if you're interested in anything I'm saying here. And this video is delayed by 1 month, so see you next time.